Scientists just cracked the 435-year-old Roanoke colony mystery. 115 English settlers vanished without a trace, leaving only one word carved into a tree. But new evidence reveals what really happened. Today I'll show you the breakthrough discovery that solves America's oldest missing persons case, including DNA evidence and archaeological finds they've kept hidden. This is the story of the lost colony of Roanoke, America's first and most enduring mystery that has baffled historians for over 4 centuries. On May 8, 1587, approximately 120 English settlers embarked on a perilous journey across the Atlantic Ocean. Their destination, Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Led by Governor John White, an explorer and skilled artist, this group represented England's ambitious attempt to establish a permanent foothold in the New World. The colonists arrived in July 1587, but their troubles began almost immediately. Within the first month, they faced small but troubling attacks from local Native American tribes. The situation grew desperate as food supplies dwindled and essential tools broke down. The colonists made a fateful decision: they would send Governor White back to England to gather desperately needed supplies, more people, and better equipment. On August 25, 1587, just 1 month after their arrival, John White set sail for England, leaving behind 115 souls. Among them were 87 men, 17 women, and 11 children. Most heartbreaking of all, White left his own daughter, Eleanor White Dare, who had just given birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in North America. White's timing could not have been worse. England was on the brink of war with Spain and their formidable armada. Ships were needed for defense, not colonial supply runs. What was supposed to be a quick trip turned into a 3-year nightmare. When White finally returned to Roanoke Island in August 1590, he found something that defied explanation. The entire colony had vanished. Every man, woman, and child, gone without a trace. The only clue left behind was a single word carved into a fence post: Croatoan. Nearby, carved into a tree, were the letters CRO. No bodies. No graves. No signs of struggle. 115 people had simply disappeared from the face of the earth. For centuries, the mystery seemed unsolvable. But in recent decades, cutting-edge archaeological techniques and DNA analysis have begun to piece together the puzzle that has haunted America since its earliest days. In 2012, researchers made a stunning discovery while examining John White's original map of the region. Using advanced X-ray spectroscopy and infrared imaging, they found that White had hidden secrets beneath patches on his carefully crafted map. Under one patch, they discovered a 4-pointed star outlined in blue and filled with red, the universal symbol for a fort or fortification. This hidden symbol pointed to a location 50 miles inland from Roanoke Island, on the western side of Albemarle Sound. Even more intriguing, researchers found evidence that White had used invisible ink, possibly made from milk or lemon juice, to mark additional details that would only be revealed when heated. Excavations at this inland site have yielded remarkable evidence. Archaeologists have uncovered Surrey, Hampshire border ware, a specific type of English ceramics that was discontinued shortly after the establishment of Jamestown in 1624. They've also found aglets, small copper tubes used before the 17th century to secure wool fibers, items that would have been essential to English colonists of that exact time period. But perhaps the most compelling evidence comes from Hatteras Island, formerly known as Croatoan Island. In 2015, archaeologists discovered a treasure trove of European artifacts, broken English bowls, the hilt of an iron rapier sword typical of 16th century England, and a writing tablet made of slate with the letter M still visible. The sword hilt is particularly significant. It's of a type that would have belonged to an Englishman of high social standing, exactly the kind of person who would have been among the Roanoke colonists. The key to understanding what happened to the Roanoke colonists lies in understanding the complex relationships between the English settlers and the Native American tribes of the region. Central to this story is a man named Manio, a Native American who had traveled to England twice before the 1587 expedition. Manio was from the Croatoan tribe and had spent months at sea with John White and the new colonists, learning their language and customs. Upon returning to Roanoke, Manio was baptized as a Christian, and White declared him chief of both the Roanoke and Croatoan tribes. But here's where the story becomes crucial. Manio could only control his own Croatoan people, not the hostile Roanoke tribe. When tensions escalated, it's likely that Manio led the English colonists to safety on Croatoan Island, exactly where the carved message indicated they had gone. In 1888, a group of 54 Croatoan Native Americans petitioned Congress for aid, describing themselves as descendants of White's lost colony. Government ethnologists who examined them reported something remarkable: many had gray eyes and showed clear traces of European ancestry. DNA analysis of modern-day descendants of the Croatoan tribe has revealed European genetic markers that date back to the late 16th century, exactly when the Roanoke colonists would have integrated with the local population. The Spanish also played a crucial role that historians have only recently begun to understand. Spanish records from the period show they were actively searching for and attempting to eliminate English settlements in the region. Some evidence suggests Spanish forces may have captured some colonists, while others escaped inland or joined Native American tribes. The truth about Roanoke is not a single, dramatic event, but rather a complex story of survival, adaptation, and cultural integration that challenges everything we thought we knew about early American history. The evidence now strongly suggests that the Roanoke colonists didn't simply vanish, they scattered. Some likely joined Manio's Croatoan tribe on Hatteras Island, intermarrying and becoming part of Native American society. Others may have moved to the inland fort location marked on White's secret map, attempting to establish a more defensible position. Recent genetic studies of families in the region have identified European DNA markers that can be traced back to the exact time period of the Roanoke colony. These genetic signatures appear in multiple Native American communities throughout the Carolinas, suggesting that the colonists didn't just join one tribe, but integrated into several different groups. The invisible ink on White's map reveals that he knew more about the colonists' fate than he ever publicly admitted. The hidden markings suggest a planned relocation, not a sudden disappearance. White may have intentionally concealed the colonists' true location to protect them from Spanish forces or political enemies back in England. Archaeological evidence continues to mount. In 2020, researchers announced the discovery of a 16th-century English ring and other European artifacts at yet another site, this one 60 miles southwest of Roanoke Island. Each new discovery adds another piece to the puzzle, painting a picture of colonists who didn't vanish mysteriously, but instead made the ultimate choice for survival: they became American. The lost colony of Roanoke wasn't lost at all. The colonists made a decision that would echo through centuries of American history. When faced with impossible odds, they adapted, integrated, and survived. They became some of the first truly American families, neither fully English nor fully Native American, but something entirely new. Their descendants walk among us today, carrying in their DNA the genetic memory of that first great American survival story. The mystery of Roanoke has been solved, and the answer is more remarkable than any supernatural explanation could ever be. The colonists of Roanoke didn't disappear, they became America itself.